Hey everyone, it's Mr. Easter, of course, and I'm going to show you now how to do jambalaya on piano, playing bass on the piano. If you play electric bass, there's a different video you should watch about electric bass. Okay, so here I am in courses in Schoology, and I go, of course, to making music. Here it is. And I'm going to go into week 31. Where are you? Week 31. Here we go. So the song we're going to use is Jambalaya. First, I'm going to get out my digital instrument. I'm going to use the piano bass, like I said. Here we go, virtual piano bass. Yeah. So open it up. Come on. What's wrong with you? There we go. Is it there? Come on. Where'd you go? Hello. Is it still loading? There it is. Yep. Okay. And we want to be, as always, clear down at the left end. C, D, E, and down there. We're going to use, there's two different chords in Jambalaya. There's just C and G. That's it. Okay. And so we'll use just about everything from the lowest C up to the next C, and not quite to the next C, the G, or the B, I'm sorry. So we'll go C, D, and E eventually, and then G and A and B. We won't use any Fs today, okay? All right, so let me show you. Let's see here. No, we don't need that. Student task list. Here we go. Play Jambalaya. So here's what you need. Okay, so the chord patterns, there's 3 different ways to play Jambalaya, okay? One you should already be familiar with. It's the alternating. So anytime you play a C, then you play a G. C, G. When you play a G, then in between the G's you play a D. You alternate between G and D. And that's the only 2 chords there are, okay? Because the actual pattern of the song is C, C, G, 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 C, C. So to alternate, use C and G. C, C, G, and then G with D. G with D, and then C with G. There's a rest in between each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, let me see. Where's my piano? Is it in the other window? No, Jambalaya is in the other window. Where's my piano? Here it is. Okay, so if you memorize the pattern, you realize it's C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C. Okay, but we're going to alternate, all right? So again, it's C, G, C, 2, 3, 4, G, D, G, D, G, D, G, D, G, D, C, G, C, G. So this is the simplest way that you can do it right now. Okay, we're done with just playing the simple chord. We're on to alternating at least, and then I'll show you arpeggiated, and then I'll show you walking bass. Not everybody will get walking bass. Everybody should get alternating bass and probably arpeggiated bass. Okay. Walking bass, not so sure. Possibly, maybe everybody will get it. All right, so let me get up. There's 2 different versions of Jambalaya. One is the guy that we're used to. Now I have him turned down to 0.5. I'm actually going to put him back on 0.75 because on alternating, that's not too fast. When you go to arpeggiated or walking, that's probably too fast. But I think for alternating, you can do 0.75. Let's listen to him. 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. C, G, C, G, G, D, G, D, G, D, G, D, C, G, C. Start over. C, G, C. Now the G's. G, D, G, D. And he's actually doing that with his guitar. If you watch this finger, C, G, C, G, C, G, C. Now the G is here, And the D is up here. He doesn't have to move a finger to get the D. G, D, G, D, C, G. So that's exactly what he's playing. He's playing the alternating bass right with you, okay? So now I'm going to start him over, and then I'll start playing the piano. Now I have the pattern memorized, okay? So it's going to be, I'm going to use my finger like I tell you to. G, C, G, and then the G to D. Do it again. Then back to C. Start over. C, G, C. Now the G's. G's again. Then the C's. Alrighty, so now let me bring him up alongside. Let's see here. If I make this small. Yep, there he is. Okay. Back him up a little bit. Here we go. 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, go. C, C. Now the G. Now down to the C again. Listen to his beat. 1, 2. I'm really listening to his guitar beat. 1, 2. You can also see it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now the G's. Back to the C's. Start the pattern over. C's. Now G's. And so on, okay? So do at least, 3 or 4 pages of that. Don't just do 1 page. Do 3 or 4 or 5 pages of that. If that's too easy for you, you can go right to arpeggiated bass. Like if you're used to getting 4s already on alternating, you can just kind of play that and then you should have it, and you don't even need to record it. You can go on to the next level, which is arpeggiated. But if you're not that great at alternating, if this is a challenge for you, then go ahead and record that one this week, week 31. That will be the first class day for you is May 4th of 2021. And if you want to, yes, of course you can turn it down. If that's too fast for you, turn him back down to, now it's going to be much slower. He's at 0.5. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Here's the C's. 1, 2, 3, 4. G's. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C. Right with his beat. It's all about staying together. And so on. Okay? All right, so that's the first way that is not really new, but some of you haven't quite mastered it yet. All right, the second way you haven't heard about at all, I don't think. Let's see, where'd it go? Here it is. Okay, I just did alternating, right? That is not new, but many of you have never done it on Jambalaya. Now, the next one is arpeggiated bass, okay? So it's still C, and then C, and then G, and then G, and then G, and then G, and then C, and then C. Now, the guy playing guitar doesn't use this bass pattern. That's a little bit hard to do, not too hard, but a little bit hard to do on guitar, and it's not as common on plain guitar, but it's really common on bass. Let me show you a guy that is doing it on bass. Let's see, it's the Jeff Healey one. Listen to the bass if you can hear it. Boom, 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 bum, 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 bum. C, E, G, C, E, G, G, B, D, G, B, D, G, B, D, G, B, D, C, E, G, C, E, G. Okay, now I've got him turned down to 0.5 because his actual normal speed is way too fast unless you're good at this already. I am, but you're probably not. I've been doing this for 50 years, maybe 55 years, okay? I don't know if you've done this at all, like ever. C, E, G, C, E, G, G, B, D, G, B, D, G. Yeah, way too fast. Whoa, Jeff, whoa, slow down. Rockin' sound, but way too fast for sixth graders that are new to it. Okay, so on the piano, let's see, these are the notes you need. When you play C, the dash there is an extra beat, like it's a half note. C, and then E, and then G. Okay, so let me show you that. Let's see, where's my piano? Here we go. C. So I accidentally bumped the recording device. So I was going C, E, G, C, E, G. Now the next pattern is G, B, D. So I just played the G, but I start on it again. Where's the pattern? Here it is. G, B, D, G, B, D. And I actually do that 4 times. See, 2 in this row and 2 in this row. And then I'm back to the C, E, G, C, E, G. Then I start over. C, E, G, C, E, G, G, B, D, G, B, D, G, B, D, G, B, D, C, E, G, C, E, G. And you'll figure out that on the piano it's a pattern. Like you're going every other note. C, you skip the D, you play E, you skip the F, you play G. That's called an arpeggio. C, E, G. The other one starts on G, you skip the A, you play the B, you skip the C, you play the D. It's like every other one. Back to C. Start over. C, E, G, C, E. Now start on G, go every other one. Skip the A, skip the C. Back to low C. So you never do use the ones like right next to the C is the D. You always skip it. You never use it. You skip the D, you play the E, you skip the F, you play the G. When you're on G, you skip the A, you play the B. Then you skip the C and you play the D. All right, so now let's get Jeff Healy going here. I think I have him in another window too. Let me see. Yeah, there he is. All righty, and I actually want him over here. Come on, Jeff, get over there. Get out of the way. And then I'll make this smaller. Okay, yep, here we go. I think I have him turned down. Let's see. I can't remember. Nope, he's going way too fast. Slow down, Jeff. 0.5. There we go. Now the G. 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 Now to the C. Now to the G. Two more. Back to the C. Okay, that will be enough to keep many of you, perhaps most of you, possibly even all of you busy. But if you can, there are a few kids that I think you might be rocking this before very long, okay? So if you can already do the alternating, that's no problem. Do this one this week, and then there's yet another one I'm going to show you for next week, and that's called the walking bass, okay? And this is the hardest bass line I'm going to show you. And it's like the bass player just walks and walks and never stops, okay? Now, again, I've been doing this for like, almost 60 years, so I'm way good at it. I'm going to simplify it a bit for you. Instead of playing on every single beat, you'll play 7 beats in a row and then rest. And when you're on C, you're just going to use C and D and E. When you're on G, you're just going to use G and A and B. But you're playing on every beat. C, D, E, D, C, D, C, rest. You're playing on every beat except the 8th one, the last one of the second measure. I'll start again. C, D, E, D, C, D, C, rest. G, A, B, A, G, A, G, rest. G, A, B, A, G, A, G, rest. C, D, E, D, C, D, C. Start again. C, D, see what I'm saying? All right, so now I'll do it on a piano. 1, 2, ready, go. Out of the G. G again. Back to the C. So if you think of the pattern as being 7 beats long, which it seems like it is, you only play the pattern once on C, and then once on G, and again on G, and then once on C. The pattern is actually the same as it was before. It's just you might not think of it that way. See, here's the first C, and here's the second one right here. Come on. So then on G's, there's one there, there's one there. You don't count this one. And there's one there, and there's one there. So it's still C, C, G, 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 C, C. It's just a little bit harder to see, okay? That's a C joke, right? All right, let me get you. Now, nobody is doing this on Jambalaya. The guy on guitar is doing alternating. The bass player in Jeff Healy's band is doing the arpeggiated bass. But there will be times in the future where if a lot of you can get this walking bass thing, and it'll take time, then we will use it. It's used in a lot of jazz recordings. Lots of jazz bass players play walking bass. That's what you're learning. Okay, so here is the piano. Here's Jeff again. And again, I've got him turned way down, real slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here I go now. About that mistake. Now back to the C. 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 Rest. And I'm really listening to the beat of the band. And then I was talking, so I goofed up again. Of course, I'm not used to playing a computer. I play the real instrument. Start the pattern again. C, D, E, D. Now the G. G again. Back to the C. Yeah, I highly recommend that you stay at that 0.5 slow speed, okay? Now, maybe someday, you'll practice it a lot, and you can actually do it full speed. That'll be like amazing. That'll be incredible. But please don't try that to begin with. Don't try that probably for like almost a month. I can't keep up with him. I'll play it on a real piano. There it goes. Okay, so you get the idea. I'm not a professional keyboard player on a computer. I play, and I'm not really a professional keyboard player, professional bass player and guitar player and trumpet player. My keyboard skills are somewhat more limited, and certainly on the screen, I'm not used to doing that at all. So keep it turned down to 0.5. Do it the easy way. And if you don't get to it, that's all. Remember, there are 2 other patterns you can do. The first one you should already know about, which is that alternating. C, G, C, G, G, D, G, D. And the next one is arpeggiated. C, E, G, C, E, G, G, B, D, G, B, D. And then if you have time, maybe in 2 or 3 weeks, you can go C, D, E, D, C, D, C, rest G, A, B, A, D. All right, good luck with that. Have fun. If it ain't fun, you're doing it wrong. All righty. Oh, yeah, over here it says it's recording. How do I get it to stop? I'm not used to this.